Okay, so some people may say this is the craziest way to play WoW. And they're probably right. Some absolutely love what I'm doing, think it's the greatest thing ever. Other people think it's very stupid. Either way, I enjoy it. My name's Jeremy. I play World of Warcraft and stream it on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube under the name Jer4Me. I would like to answer some of the questions I get all the time on stream to kind of explain what I'm doing and exactly how it works. One of the biggest questions I get, what does it look like inside your headset? Do you have a different view than the view that's down in the right-hand corner there? No, I don't per se, but I'm inside a virtual environment. I'm seeing the same third-person view. It's just I'm in this app using the app to be able to activate strikes and abilities through virtual buttons. So I'm going to go over that first. I'm going to go into edit mode. You can do different layouts. There's a bunch of settings in there, but that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to show a little bit of what I can do. I can move these buttons around to where I want. I can resize them. You'll see some of them are small, some of them are bigger. When I go into game mode, that's when I can activate these abilities. I have a bunch of them over here. It's kind of a mess. I'm not really using these right now, but I set it up and then I kind of moved it out of my way for now. I'll get back to that later. I can delete them or I can actually put them somewhere else and use them. We're going to go up and do a little bit of fighting so you can see how these actual buttons are triggered. And they're triggered through this Vive tracker. All this is a Vive tracker that acts like a controller on an Insta360 camera pole. But we'll do a little bit of combat first. So to loot there, I had to put my hand inside the left trigger and hit A. Actually kind of looks like a little bit of role-playing when I'm doing it, which is kind of cool. And I do that with some characters. I actually have on my druid where I put a virtual button up here. It looks like I'm casting Rejuve when I activate it. So you could see through here, like if I'm going to hit this D-pad right, it's going to cause me to use my ability. So that's what's going on. These abilities are activated by me physically putting my controller inside these virtual buttons. So it makes it a little bit more immersive. The other thing I get asked is how does a mount work? So I have a button here, F11. It's going to bring my mount out. And if this was a ground mount, it would work the same way I move my character by my feet. Dragon riding, we're going to just hit the Y button. It's going to start flying. I don't have to move my feet. It just coasts. And then I'll just use the buttons here to do the abilities, like the barrel roll, the kind of dash, and then the hover button. And then my view is being controlled with the controller. So if I want to go down, I'm pointing down. If I want to go up, I'm going to point back up, and then left and right, so on and so on. If we were a druid and we were using our traditional travel form, I'd have to use my feet to actually move everywhere. But in dragon riding, you're just gliding. You don't need to. The other question I get asked is, why don't you turn around in the game? Why are you always facing the camera? One of the reasons why is if I turn around, what you're seeing is the virtual environment, and my view doesn't follow me. Neither does my buttons. So I always have to stay straight, and all my rotation is done with the controller. With this setup, this Vive tracker, it acts as a controller, and that's it. There's no other buttons. So I had to put some buttons on here to simulate like the grip button and the trigger buttons. I have to physically move everywhere with this setup. If I had another Valve Index, it has a joystick that would actually move me back and forth. But with this setup, this is more for role playing, as like using a mace, using the abilities that are strikes to role play, for instance. Now the treadmill acts as a controller, the joystick, or like the WSAD keys. And one of the features it does have is you can put cruise mode on. So a lot of times when I'm fighting and I want to back up, we'll go up here and fight something. What I'll do is I'll swing my foot backwards. It activates the cruise mode, but as soon as I put my foot back down, it stops. But that's it for the video. Hopefully this explains a few things for people watching on stream. I always explain it, but I guess this is going to be better to actually see what it looks like inside my environment and what I'm working with here. Hope to see more people on stream. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And if you like the content, please consider following to watch more. I enjoy doing this. I'm getting a decent workout, and it's a fun way to play WoW in my opinion. Maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea. That's it for me. I'm out. Peace.